Hi and welcome to the Fashion News at 12.
I'm Holly Jones.
And I'm Adijuma Masoodi.
So today's top headlines are shown to be of huge concern for the world of fashion.
One of the headlines is trade donating to third world organisations.
Heather Mills releases eco-friendly recycled fashion line, but should these pieces stay at the back of the charity shops?
And are killer hills killing people?
Wedding gowns get savvy reuse.
And more headlines from Claire right later on.
We now go live with Jessica Brown at one of Derby's most affected landfills where protests come to a head.
Thank you, Holly and AJ. We have Jess here from the Homemade Protest Group to give her views and opinions on the site behind us. The majority of Derby waste comes from the Derbyshire landfill site operated by the local council. So Jess, why do you feel the need to protest against landfills for fashion?
As much as Derbyshire and other landfills, I'm sure, are protecting their waste from contaminating soils and water nearby, the clothes thrown into heaps are the main issue. We take many trips to different landfills over the country, and the amount of clothing that is still wearable that could be recycled or reused is shocking. The council focus on recycling paper, bottles and tin cans, and they completely forget the importance of recycling clothes.
Okay, so by protesting, what do you want to achieve?
We hope to fulfil our main aim to be able to educate the community about wastage and recycling, to make the council aware that their recycling schemes still haven't targeted the right people, and to save as many man-made clothing that is not decomposable to prevent methane gas, which is being produced and polluting our planet. By publicly protesting, we are receiving attention from local newspapers, television shows and BBC News. It's a great chance to create opportunities to complete our goals.
Okay, you've spoken about the underappreciation for recycling, but is there anything that people could do to help?
Yeah, in fact there are designers that are trying to portray to their consumers that recycling is okay. Their designs have become more casual, and some designers have gone completely the other way and actually collected recyclable items and made clothing out of them.
That sounds really interesting. So, what do they actually do?
Harvey from Levi's Europe designed and created a dress made out of recycled products such as cans and bottle tops, glass beads and plastic bags. And he also made a skirt from 30 newspapers and a tiered ball gown made from 42 pairs of used Levi jeans.
Absolutely amazing. Is there more factual information or a last message that you'd like to give to the viewers about your ideas?
Learn how to sew. We are at a time in our lives where things are changing dramatically due to climate change, and fashion and textiles can do their bit to help. These seasonal changes have been predicted to keep evolving and return, so rather than buying new things and throwing them away, keep them or change them. Fashion over the last couple of decades has become more important to people, including myself, but it's gone to the stage where it's starting to creep back at us in a negative way. The methane release is created from man-made fabrics such as polyester, as they do not decompose well. And remember that if you have dyed any natural fabrics with man-made dyes, this will have the same effect. Check out as many websites as you can for more information and check out what you are throwing away.
This is Jessica Brown reporting from Derbyshire landfills. Back to the studio.
Thanks Jessica. We now have Lila Patel from Trade.
Hi Lila, so what exactly is trade?
Hi guys, trade's definition is textile recycle for aid and international development.
What's your objective as a charity?
Well, we have 3 key objectives. The first one is to protect the environment through recycling. The second one is to destroy poverty through funding projects. And the final one is educating the public on these major issues.
How can we prevent this environmental crisis?
This month, as you'll know, Copenhagen talk is taking place between heads of government to sign the new agreement to reduce waste and protect the environment.
Today's topic is all about landfill. Have you got any more information or advice you might like to give?
A fact I try to tell everyone is 90% of materials used to make clothing is wasted in the first 3 months. It's disgusting. We should be recycling and maintaining a sustainable future.
Thanks very much Lila. We now go straight to Claire Wright where she's doing the latest forecasting.
Good afternoon. It is now estimated that 900,000 tonnes of clothing is thrown into landfill each year. With this amount, we could easily fill the Wembley Stadium within 1 year. Now moving to Rotherham, the weight of 340 large African elephants was the equivalent of the clothing dumped into landfill. Now we move down to Bristol. £640 is the average of wasted clothing per person per year. Now moving to the top of the country and Glasgow, £472 was spent on clothing that was never worn, and 2010 is set to increase that number by 14%. Now moving back down to Devon, a 3% drop in the amount of clothing recycled since 2008, whilst London has seen a total of 20% this year. Now we go back up the country to Newcastle, has seen an increase of 13% since 2007, and Wales a total of 9%. That's all for now. Remember, recycle bags can be found in every town across the country, and keep away from those clothing shops before Christmas. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Claire Wright.
We now go live with Danielle Hoy, where she's interviewing a local Derby citizen.
Thank you. I'm here with Yvette Aspin, a student from the University of Derby, who's trying to encourage fellow students to recycle. So how did you dispose your clothes for recycling?
Basically, I tried to give them away to family and friends, but because of different sizes and stuff, they didn't fit, so I decided to come up with a different way.
So what actually spurred this change?
I read an article and it said about 150,000 people dying due to climate change,
Wow.
which really was hard, really hurt. So quite a lot of people throw away clothes, there's 2.15 billion tonnes thrown away every year.
So how do you actually, for the purpose of our viewers and fellow students, how do you actually recycle now?
Basically, I put my clothes in one of these recycling bags. Every week, if I try and at least find one item to go, and then I just put them out on my front door in the morning and someone comes to collect them.
So is there any other way that you can recycle apart from just these bags?
I also go to swap shops.
So what's the swap shop? I've not heard of this before.
Basically, it's where I find an item of clothing that I don't want to wear, such as this, and I'll go and give it to my friend, and they'll give me something back that they didn't want to wear in return.
So it's like recycling, but you're gaining something from it.
Yeah.
So rather than throwing it in the bin and buying something new, you're getting something for free.
Yeah.
Amazing. So when are you holding this next swap shop?
We're hoping to do one next week, and that'll be probably on the Wednesday.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Thank you very much. Danielle Hoy reporting for Fashion News. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Danielle. That's all we've got time for today.
More news from us at 6. I'm Adajum Sudi.
And I'm Holly Jones.
Three.
Shit.
Advice, Mum.
And Wales a total of 9%. Oh, you've got me in the wrong order, AJ.
Danielle Hoy reporting for Fashion News. Back to you in the studio.
Well, we're trying to protect the waste